Just when I think about trapezoids, oh my god, is that weird that that kind of turns me on a little bit? It's just such a, oh
What
my
what
god.
what are you doing?
Geometry.
Geometry, oh,
Yeah.
oh god.
Wait till we get to parallelograms. Hello everyone, I'm Steve. Mark's around. Say hi, Mark.
Hey everybody!
And this is Smokey Steve and Mark. Either welcome or welcome back, and happy Saturday. It is the weekend, so we know what that means. Black coffee today. A little salty, so we're having black coffee. It's good. It's breakfast blend of something or another. So I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone is safe. Look after yourselves. Look after each other in these increasingly bizarre times in which we live. Today we're going to talk about our fair lady, Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, The Daily Chantal, The Chantal Show, Chantopolis, and Foodie Beauty again right now. Now, this was a particularly active week as far as live streams and content. It was more, I would say, than last week. It's just on and on and on. So there's a few points I'm just going to mention that they happened. Some of them happened very recently, and there were some things that go back to almost a week ago. So we'll touch on what we did last week, and then we'll kind of cruise through some of this, and Mark will be joining us again. It wasn't as heavy on the addiction this week, but all of this is happening under the umbrella of her and Natter. I've been getting it wrong. I guess it's closer to Nads. And following them across all of this, and it's two people who, at least she, has a little bit of an addiction problem. And all of this is happening under the umbrella of that. So it kind of colors what's going on. But just to get a few things off the plate from last week, we mentioned her 9/11 comment, which she vehemently denied and said, if I did it and you were upset, I'm sorry if it led you to the conclusion that I might have said something. You know, one of those apologies. Talking about Chantal and French Fry Girl, and to a lesser extent Yaba, because she kind of dimed out, and having fights back and forth, and having guests back and forth. I know that French Fry Girl had Shannon on to do a panel discussion, or just a discussion with the two of them, and then there was a strike issued, I want to say by Negs. If that's wrong, please correct me below, and I'm sorry, Negs. His name has come up a lot within this circle recently. I know that Chantal did the live with him and Gaining Ground. Neg's name, when it comes up, is never usually mentioned in a good way. I don't know him, I haven't interacted with him, haven't left a comment on a video, and you hear things about all of us that are unflattering from time to time. But Negs is not a name that comes up where I hear good things. Apparently he was the person who had issued the strike, and the backlash was, So there was that. There was a Nazi salute, which she said she didn't know what it looked like, but gave. I'm not going to repeat it. Because anybody who Googles it or is moderately aware of events like the Holocaust or World War II or Nazis would be aware of what that looked like. And she knew what it was going to look like when she was done, because she was accenting a point by doing that. And claimed she didn't know what it was. So you can claim ignorance. She did this with stuff she said about, what's his name? Natter. In a live stream. She said, I don't know what I said. I've never told a lie, but I was on shrooms, so I don't remember what I said. So if I don't remember telling lies, then I didn't. Moving in with Natter, there was a video about the two of them looking for a place to live. Merry Christmas, YouTube. Thank you. Okay, so we'll just keep kind of going along here. Again, from last week, Natter has a channel now. And she was doing like a come down from weeks of partying, but this week was payday. Payday for YouTube hits this week. So we're going to talk about, towards the beginning of the week, ghosting, not ghosting. Is it fake? Is it real? Are they creating a drama for us to watch? Is their life actually this fucking dramatic? I'd be exhausted. We'll talk about payday itself, because it did happen, and who's benefiting from payday. How her videos, from my perspective, are not, and she alluded to as much, they are not for her viewers anymore. Not for the VIBs, not for an open chat, not for anybody. Her viewers are for two audiences, maybe three at this point. Who's pulling the strings? who thinks they're getting the more out of the deal, whether it's Chantal or Natter. I think each one thinks they're getting over on the other one, and they're just both screwing themselves over and screwing each other over. Each one thinks they're a master of manipulation, and Chantal said she thought she met her match. I'm inclined to agree, because his job is her. You know, if she went broke, he'd have nothing, but he'd have another girlfriend in a couple hours, I think. So, let's see. And then talk about viewer manipulation as well. She talked about sorry for the whiplash, you know, because she had gone from talking crap and saying things weren't working and it was this and it was that, and she wasn't too upset because she didn't think it was the end, to sitting in his house, eating olives and other Mediterranean nibbles, and talking to him with the camera on. This was the whole video. How close am I? This was the whole video. I'm talking to you, trying to resurrect this nonsense, and occasionally I look over and read only the positive stuff, and then I look over here and read that. Not a comfortable video to watch. So the ghosting, first and foremost. This is kind of something I've seen on other channels. Two changes I've noticed in reaction channels. One, everybody's live. So we had a vote for this one, and it was overwhelmingly, please make a video. So here we are. They're overwhelmingly live. And also, I'm finding that there's like some scripted drama on a couple other channels that I watch. So now we have Chantal, and then we have another person in here. I don't know if Pete's would go along with it, but he would. I think Natter would. And is it staged? Is he putting stuff on Facebook to create drama for her channel? Or does he really, as it appears, want nothing to do with her? Is she in on it? Is she not in on it? I don't know. He did end up ghosting her because he wanted to take her out for, you know, baby's day. He probably needed something. And they were supposed to go out the following day. This was another video or 3 that led up to, you know, I love you. She didn't want to go out the following day, night before they were hanging out. She was going to be a few hours late, or she was having a panic attack or a mental health issue, whatever. And she decided she didn't go. So no callbacks. She said she wasn't going to go. No calls, no texts from him. Nothing. And then there's a little thing on his Facebook that comes up shortly after. Says, it's over. Okay, so he says it's over. So it either is over, according to him, or they're playing reindeer games. Either way, it's a little entertaining. I mean, I got shit all to do on a Saturday afternoon anyway. So he says it's over, and she says he's sensitive and needs reassuring. What does one have to do? He says it's over, like, done. That's it. Talking about ghosting, he disappeared. She then explained why she can disappear, because she has anxiety and doesn't want to see people, and it's really debilitating from time to time. So he really needs to understand why she needs to do it, but he has no excuse. He doesn't have a life outside of her, as far as I think she's concerned. And whatever part of his life doesn't involve her, she's highly suspicious and very jealous of. Certainly setting up his YouTube account where he's going to get hotties, or not so hotties, whatever. Chasing him down, if only to troll her. They're sending pics to him. He's just a man, and he's just the kind of man who'd screw around on the side if he could get away with it. As long as she doesn't know, he can get away with it. And he seems like that kind of guy to me. I don't know. Yeah, you guys know I never really liked him anyway. And it has nothing to do with liking her. Exactly. It's just about his kind of slimy feeling behavior. Again, doesn't excuse hers, and doesn't mean I like hers. But I just don't... Something doesn't sit right. It didn't sit right before we learned that this relationship was abusive in every way, either. So, she didn't understand. He says the relationship is over, and then she says, what kind of a relationship am I in? None! He said he's done! It could have ended there. It could have been it. You can go back on Tinder and find some guy who's nice, with his own money, who has his own place to live, and he's not sharing it with roommates. And have you ever heard Nadir said he has to be at work? Nadir. I'm going to try to get better with that. I'm going to try to fix that. No. So payday. Payday happened this week. Now, I can't vouch for Chantal's banking and what goes where. I'm not going to guess at how much she makes. There is Social Blade, you can look, and I don't know if that counts the super chats, or anything she makes outside of that, or her OnlyFans, which is apparently going to be back up. But payday happened. For us, it's the 21st. I think for almost everyone, it's the 21st. Unless it falls the 21st on a weekend, in which case YouTube will push it till Monday. They don't pay you early. I don't know if there's extra transactions of some sort, that because she's in a different country, or there's a layover with her bank. I don't know. She said she gets paid a couple days later. Whatever it is, right around payday is party time. Party time. So break out your edibles, your pipes, all this stuff that you got. Just break it all out. She's saying that he didn't know that she had money when they met. First of all, Chantal has some money. Chantal's not living in a house that she owns free and clear, with a car that she has free and clear in the driveway. She has some money, but it's not like... I honestly believe that she probably has like zero savings, that she lives paycheck to paycheck with what could be better used money. I think she's very much about the quick fix, make me feel good. I want to feel better now, the addict kind of thing coming through. And she'll blow her money on the moment to not think ahead a little bit for the future. Or she just doesn't think she has a future, and she's like kind of doing the feel good, die young thing. She did say when she was talking about another YouTuber who was not liking her, or a commenter, I forget the woman's name, I want to say Deb, that Chantal said she doesn't even want to live to be that old. She'd just take me out. So that's uplifting. He didn't know I had money when I met him, but you started moving in major appliances within the first few days. There was a TV, and then I think the food processor came over, and a couple other things. That's a red, I told you when I was in prison. Nothing to be proud of. I just heard things. I'm just repeating what I had heard in jail, so consider the source. But all the guys who had larger women for girlfriends, and I couldn't help but ask, because it seemed like a pattern, and they had said big girls pay like they weigh. Big girls pay like they eat. And so all of these guys who did nothing but deal drugs and had no real jobs were girlfriends with these guys, were with these girls because they paid. They paid for everything. They paid for the kids. They paid for the van. All these women had vans. They paid for everything. They paid for absolutely everything to keep a man, just to keep a man. It's one thing if you like being mommy warbucks, but I don't know. And again, he's getting his rent, utilities, phone bill, all food, clothing, shelter, she's paying his rent. All of this stuff is being taken care of for him. I said this last week, if I was taking care of all of that for him, he'd bend over for me. Because what's the trade-off? He has to sleep with her a few times a week, and the rest of his bills are paid. And that's it. In the cruelest bottom line, it seems to be that emotions are kind of secondary, which leads to all this fighting all the time. Every relationship is different. Every relationship is different. Mark?
Yeah.
Do you remember that time you beat me mercilessly and then I proposed 2 days later because every relationship is different?
Yep, I do.
Don't you, though?
Yep.
Yeah, he hits me on my back so no one can see the bruises. That's love. So, at any rate, videos are not videos anymore. This is my third point. Videos on her channel. Not all. And there's a tinge of this in a lot of channels. I mean, this is a little more overt because I'm talking in a general way about Chantal, but I slip back and forth between, like, this is her. Like, I'm talking right to her. So I go back and forth on that. But when she'll make a video around this, thing with Dom where he was ghosting her and then they're back together and then she's in his room and she's barely looking at the audience and it's the biggest fuck you to everybody who spent 2 days calming her and kissing her ass and telling her she'll be okay and that she can do better and blah, 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 blah. As a way of communicating to Nader and a way of communicating, I think, to her family, she talks through the videos. And the audience is kind of incidental when she's saying angry things about Nader. She had said, I secretly kind of hope he watches. She knew he watched. We learned weeks ago that he was watching her channel. This is not news. It's not like since he got his own, he's following hers. Why would he have been upset for months about her talking about him on YouTube if he wasn't watching any of the videos? So of course he knows. And she's trying to use that as a megaphone to kind of talk to him because he's watching the videos. And all you guys down here don't mean anything. If you throw a super chat, if it's low enough, she's not even going to look. You know, if it's like $1.99 or something, it's just she'll assume it's a hater and let it keep going. So she's talking to him. And when she says, you know, I have only one person I need to say I love you to, and it's this, 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 I could throw up blood. It's just not, it makes me sick. It makes me a little bit sick. Not that she doesn't deserve love and happiness, and not that people don't deserve second chances. I am a big proponent of second chances. But between your first chance and your second chance with me, there needs to be like 5 other people that help you grow the fuck up before I get to you again. Like, we can't get back together if nothing has changed between the time that we stop talking and the time that we start talking again. And none of this personal growth crap. You know, a lot of people can turn a new leaf, but in 3 days, 2 days, no. No, 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 no. And the ones with her family, she will try. I remember when she'd gone to the ER with, I think it was her uncle, maybe her aunt, and it was for a number of reasons which have been discussed this way and that way. She was sick, she had almost overdosed, she had bruises on her. There was a bunch of rumors. I'm not saying any of those are true. One of them probably is. And she, you know, right after stayed at her family's house for a couple days to be safe, because what was going with that was that she had done way too much blow and she was scared. So they keep her company for a couple days and she goes home. And then she's filming using again. And she starts talking about how she wants her decisions to be respected and wants to be left alone, and she feels like she's being smothered with support. That is for her family members to hear. That is not for the audience to hear. That is for family members and other people to hear, so they will get the message via the video, because I'm too bashful or self-centered to pick up the phone and have an adult conversation. I'm just going to make a video and hope people watch. That's pretty juvenile. Not that it's not done. You know, Chantal's not the only immature person in the world, but, you know, doing it with Dom too. Now, if he's not going to pick up his phone, that should tell you all you need to know. When someone doesn't pick up their phone or answer their text, that doesn't mean find another way to communicate with them. That means leave them the hell alone until they want to hear from you, and let them get in touch with you. You don't treat a man like a king and then beg for their attention. You know what I mean? If he's a kept man, then he's on your time. Any man that I pay this much for, they're at my beck and call. They don't ghost nothing. Or I'll buy another one. You know? He's made himself a commodity. You might as well. So that's videos. Getting affirmation from the VIBs in the videos is another part of it. And that's kind of a manipulation to them, too. They'll support anything she says because they'll catch a grenade for ya. You know, they just love her. It doesn't matter what she does. They'll explain it away and explain it away. And if you watched or had seen the chat where she is at Nader's that night, when I think she took an edible that morning, but we're all supposed to, you know, do our own research on that. You know, Google something she agrees with. She'll probably put it on the community post or something. And the chat was flying by with people being like, what the fuck are you doing? Did you just lie to us for a bunch of days? Why do you even ask for advice if you're going to do whatever the hell you want anyway? And she didn't look at the camera at all. And when she did glance over, she mentioned like 2 of the sort of kind comments that came through and just ignored the rest that were there. It seemed stupid to go over to his place and do that. You know, just go do your thing. You know, you can't ask people for advice and then ask for ass pats for what you want to do, and then go back and do the opposite of what you were said you're going to do, and have everyone say, oh, we support that too. We support whatever you do. Unconditional support like that is not good. It's not. It cosigns bullshit, you know, completely cosigns a bunch of bullshit activities. Now, if that's how a person wants their life to be, that is their choice. You know, any of us can choose to live our lives any way we want. You know, we can make as long as we can deal with the consequences. We can all make any choice we want as long as we can deal with the consequences of it. She doesn't like consequences. She likes meltdowns. She'll create a big pile of bullshit and then have a meltdown so she doesn't have to deal with it. I'm just losing my mind. I'm just losing my head. I'm just losing this. I was having a bad mental health day. She didn't want to go for a walk, and he wanted to go for a walk the next day. That's why she canceled. She didn't want to get out and it out. And the reason he told her to go for a walk is because he thinks she's fat. He thinks she's fat. And I know if you're showing her pictures of other girls, they're not big. They're not big. And that's a bullshit move on his part, I think. I don't know. I know guys, I know scummy guys, I know scummy guys who try to make girls feel bad in like a DL sort of way. I'm sure he's showing her pictures of girls that aren't obese. And she's saying, well, he says he loves every inch of my body. He could spend hours worshiping it. I mean, you'd probably need hours to worship it, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think, he's in some fake shit with her, and he's got other stuff going on the side, He could have landed on any other girl that night, and he landed on her. Is that destiny, or does it say, whatever, you're replaceable and you could be anybody? I don't know. That's a hard one to figure out, I guess. What do we got here? Talking about her relationship. It's saying there's good and bad in every relationship. Again, we talked about Mark beating me mercilessly and then me proposing because any attention's better than no attention, I guess. Or I could flip on a dime. Now, could you imagine? We have really good subs and viewers. We have great subs and viewers. Good advice, especially on Saturday videos, good feedback. It's across the board. There's like some people that are like, I agree with you. Some people that say, I agree in part, but this. There's other people that say, you totally missed the mark. You totally missed it, you asshole. And it's good to have a variety because my opinion is not the only opinion out there, nor is it the only one that should be respected out there. There's other people who probably could make great videos and don't, but they have really solid, well thought out, opinions about that. Her comeback for, me saying this relationship isn't healthy. Every relationship is different. I'm sure your relationship isn't perfect. It's none of your business. It's been months of videos about dude, and it's nobody's business. Well, what is our business as a viewer? What is my business? What should I be watching for if it's no content about anything other than this guy? Minding my business means not watching at all because there's no content about anything else. Maybe you put some soap on every so often, and you might cook for him or put some soap on because he asked. It all still goes back to him. No life should be so small that it focuses entirely on one person. There's, I love and adore Mark, but there's other parts of my life that, even though he's a part of my life and is kind of still there, don't have much to do with him. Like, I go to work and I come home, or I work from home most days, if not all, really, lately. And, we chat, how was your day? How was my day? How are things? But most of my day has nothing to do with him. It has nothing. And we text during the day, but if an hour or two goes by, I don't ask him if he still loves me and if he could prove it by leaving work, because that's stupid. Because she needs a lot of proof of love. She needs a lot of affirmation. Everything she said about him is about her. She's sensitive. She needs a lot of support. She needs a lot of reassurance. And if you're going to be with a guy who's going to ghost you every so often, buckle up. Prepare for it. It's just how it's going to be. So, I don't know. You think whatever helps you sleep at night. Whatever night is. Night for her is like 7 a.m. to 4 in the afternoon. But, where else are we going here? The VIBs. I don't know. I mean, I joined the VIBs for like an hour. And, I posted something to Chantal's wall. This was a while back. She's opened up her OnlyFans again, or is going to. $15 per membership. You're going to pay 3 times that to hear her talk in a bra about Natter. That's going to be the only difference. She's just going to be posing seductively and talking about the same thing. Probably. She'll probably get herself nice and stoned first. But isn't fair use fair use? Like, can't you still lift something off of OnlyFans, tweak it a little bit to have it be transformative and show it on YouTube? She seems to make it sound like that's not possible, but how is it not? Like, the copyright laws extend beyond videos we make for each other. I don't know. Somebody who knows more about that than me, please, if you can leave it below and clarify it. But in my little shot out monkey brain, I kind of feel like it doesn't matter. I don't know. So, at any rate, let me go back to the end here. Manipulating viewers. She did a video about Whiplash, and this was the one where she's back at his place at the end of the night, trying to be like, calm, and no, we're just talking, we're just having snacks. And his one-word responses are so poetic. So the only ones of her viewers left are these diehard fans who would really just, bring her a sandwich on her deathbed. She depends on her viewers for consolation and ass pats. Co-sign my bullshit. Do this for me. When things are bad with Nader, she tries to rally a mob onto her side. He was this, he was that, he was not. And then people will say, maybe he's not good for you. Maybe you're in a bad relationship, blah, 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 blah. And if things are, good with him, she will fight with the people who care how she's doing. The same people who said all that stuff to support her will shut the hell up the next day. Anyone who challenges it is gone. And the member streams, they're gone. If a member stream has too many people making too much sense, she'll end it. Or she'll unleash a mod with a trigger finger who wants to get rid of everybody who disagrees. That's a lot of whiplash back and forth. Guys, tell me you support me, no matter in my decision to take care of myself. Okay, Chantal, we support you. 3 hours later, guys, I need to know you support me, even though I'm going back with a relationship that was abusive in every way, and I said was abusive, and I was going to do my own thing and get on backtrack with my own life, but I don't really have a life, so I'll have his. Like, he's got a whole lot going, So, depending on the viewers for consolation, getting a mob on your side, when things are good with him, getting mad at the mob who wants... There's haters. I mean, obviously there's haters. I don't ignore that. There's people who just want to see bad things happen to her, and bad things happen in her life, and bad things happen to her family, and to Natter. I can't say disagree. And they exist, and a lot of the stuff they do is not cool. Like, I'm not sending pizza to someone's house. What a stupid high school thing to do. But at the I don't know. She doesn't care about the VIB's thoughts anyway. So I don't even know why she pantomimes caring what they think. She has a few that are close, I guess. But those are the people that always kind of tell her what she wants to hear. So, of course she's going to say that they're close and their opinions matter because they've known her longer. Anyone new comes in and says, by the way, this relationship doesn't look so hot. Well, it's our own. You don't know us. Get out of here. You're blocked. So, at any rate. Mark? Are you available? Could you come in here, please? Mark.
I'm here.
Come hither. Come hither. You guys, of course, know Mark by now.
Everybody, how are you?
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you.
Mm-hmm, indeed. Mm-hmm. So, we were just talking a little bit about manipulation.
Yeah.
And Chantal's manipulation with her viewers and her fans. How she can always find a few people to side with her no matter what her choices are. I know, isn't that? You gotta manipulate people to get them to, I don't know.
Yeah.
So at any rate, there is also something to be said for the manipulation between Chantal and Natter, which I'm just getting used to saying Natter. It's Natter.
It's Natter, I know.
Yeah.
I've been saying it wrong.
I've been saying Dom the whole time to protect his anonymity, but fuck, if he wants a channel.
Oh, it's all out there. They know everything.
Game on.
Yeah.
So... between the two of them, I think one thinks they're getting it over on the other. Each one thinks they're getting it over on the other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Thoughts about all of this kind of happening under especially the relationship stuff.
Oh yeah,
Under the umbrella of addiction, which is all still happening.
Yeah, I wrote some notes down this week because I thought, I usually just, mention just about substance use and stuff, but let's take a step back here and take a look at this relationship, okay? This is an extremely unhealthy relationship, okay? No one has to look too hard to see that at all.
You could look at pictures and tell.
And, and things like, okay, using her videos, okay, as a way to communicate between the two of them is so bizarre to me and extremely unhealthy. The videos, the apps, I don't... we'll just leave it there. It's unhealthy, okay? Because I have a couple other points here. All right,
I do. A few.
Just a couple, because I didn't want to forget anything, And the fact that Natter. There we go. Okay, the fact that Natter is still on Tinder and on dating apps, and his profile still says single, and he's still active on it and talking to other females and things like that. is extremely disrespectful in a relationship. You know, when you make a commitment to each other, which when you get into a relationship, you make a commitment to each other to call it a relationship. Those type of behaviors really should stop, okay? You know, why are you still active on Tinder? Why are you still talking to other females? It's disrespectful. It is just disrespectful, okay? And you know, the fact that, you know, this whole paying for everything, okay? You know, I mean, paying, I don't even have to list them. Paying for everything, okay? She has outright said it. She said what she's paid for, okay? And this happened from day one. This isn't something that's just new. This happened on their very first time she went over there. The next day she brought a TV over. She's paying up for his rent, paying for not only buying his clothes, but washing them too? Like, come on, okay? Again, it's unhealthy. It's, you know, it's unbalanced, and it's unhealthy, okay? It's childish behavior. This is behavior like that, like in high school. Oh, you talking to other people. Oh, we're broke up. Oh, we're back together. Oh, you know, this is all just very childish behavior, which is also unhealthy in a relationship. And in relationships in general with her family and even her viewers, she's put all of them on the back burner. Now, is she the first person to do that? You know, when you meet someone new and you're all excited, sometimes that happens.
I've done it.
I've done it myself too.
It's dumb.
But we learn from that, and we try not to do that again when it happens, you know. Things change when you get in a relationship. It always does, and it always will, okay? But this righteous kind of attitude that she has about it is very disturbing, and it's so hard to watch too. I mean, as a viewer, it's like she doesn't care about us. It's almost like a big middle finger to our face. And it's happened, I don't know how many times over just the last week alone. Now, all of this about unhealthy relationships is, you know, it is in the bubble of substance use. Okay? Substance use in a relationship is unhealthy. Whether one person does it or both people do it, it's unhealthy and it's destructive. All of these behaviors and all of these little unhealthy points that I have mentioned here, this is all part of the substance use disorder that's going on between both of them. And it's not going to work out. This is unhealthy. It's going to continue to be unhealthy. She wants to move in with him. They went out to look for a place together. Oh, I think that's a great idea.
Oh, God, if ever there was a great idea.
Oh, yes. Oh, the next step in that relationship, for sure.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I can't, you know, but again, it's under the mask. It's in the bubble of substance use. These decisions are not, they're not reasonable. They're not realistic decisions. They're very unhealthy decisions that she's making. And she is continuing down the road of self-destruction, you know, in the whole substance use disorder journey. And it's going, as I said last week, it's going to continue on, and something very tragic or bad is going to happen. I seriously fear that, you know, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. I mean, well, it may happen tomorrow, but, you know, that she's going to end up truly hurting herself. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, in all ways. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. And then there was the potential of a new substance this week. Okay. In my personal opinion, I have to say it was ecstasy.
Yeah, my ex, Stacy, came over for a visit.
Right. I think so, just by the way she was acting and behaving that day. Okay. Do I know for sure? I don't. But
no. I've done
You have.
Back in the day.
I have never done ecstasy, but I deal with folks who have used ecstasy. And that's my opinion. So there's another substance in the mix. So I go back to what I said a few weeks ago, that she is a poly user. She's using all different types of drugs, and she's using them to excess, even the ones that she says she's taking them as directed. It helps her anxiety, namely the edibles. But she overdoes that too. She does it enough that it alters her behavior. It alters her mind. These are all mind-altering substances, you know, and thus all of these unhealthy behaviors come out. all within being in an unhealthy relationship. It is a perfect storm. And it may seem like to both of them that they're just cruising along right now, or whatever, I don't know. But it's going to implode. It's going to implode. And I really, I just... I kind of worry about it, just my professional and my personal self kind of worries about it, only because I see it. I see it all the time. And we've seen all this happen over the last, I don't even know how long it's been now.
Oh, I don't
6
know.
months? I'm not certain how long it's been, but we've seen it play out, and it is classic. I would love to put all of this together into one educational video,
I know.
I just hope that the ending is not a tragic ending, but if it
Stay off
continues
OnlyFans
on
with him, it'll end up like a snuff film.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just I will use the word, it is unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
It really is. But that was just my opinion on what happened last week. Like you said, it wasn't so hard and in your face with the drug use.
Aside from her edibles and the whatnot,
right.
It wasn't.
As it was in other weeks. But it's all there underneath. It's all in that substance use bubble. Everything that's happening. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse. And I really hope that she would just come to her senses, reach out for help. And I mean professional help, not to her VIBs, not to her chat, not in videos. She needs to get help and follow through with it. Again, she needs to take that first action step.
Not call a therapist and not go to the appointment. Go to a... They don't take my insurance. This, again, the terminally unique. Chantal has garden variety issues that a lot of people have. But she's so damn special, she can't get help.
That's the, like you said, terminally unique.
It's going to kill her. She's so special, she's going to die from it.
She is. She
I can't get this kind of help. I can't get that kind of help. I can't get this kind of help.
Yeah, it's all, it's everybody else's fault as well. Again, it's behaviors. It's classic behaviors.
What was it? I want to get well, but I don't feel like it.
I'm going to get those printed on t-shirts.
That about sums it up. Well, thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
For joining us.
Bye.
Take care. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it there and put a bow on this, painted turd of a video. Where she goes next, I don't know. Probably more of this, Bobby Whitney crap with Nader. There'll be another few depressed videos. This is what I think she thinks a relationship is, which is very unfortunate. I don't know if it was like that with Pete's, James, or BB, but this is how it is with Dude. And it's been months of this. This started early in the relationship. I said last week, for someone who can be such a snob, she will accept so little for herself. And, she'll say she's happy and fulfilled and everything. And whatever helped you sleep at night. Whatever helped you sleep at night. I'll be here to watch it. Try to cram it together as best we can. And we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. So a few thank yous before we wrap up. Thank you, Just Saying, for doing God's work and condensing some of these videos down into the archives. Another one, Barbecued Chicken. Shout out to you too. There was some content of yours that I cruised through. Of course, Chantal, I watched too many hours of your videos, but this video is about you and your content. So thank you. To that end. And that's all the thanks I got besides for y'all. So thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so you get alerts when we have new videos and also when we go live. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Our email address and our contact information is all listed below as well. Thank you again, and we will be going live tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Definitely feel free to stop by. It's pretty chill. We have good mods. It's open topic. Usually Foodie Beauty comes up and a couple other people, but there's nothing official decided. So if you're free, feel free to stop by. Thanks for watching. Bye. Say bye, Mark.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.